Welcome to Ohio. Although it is landlocked, Ohio boasts approximately 312 miles of shoreline along Lake Erie, a surprising stretch of inland coast that rivals many ocean states. It is a land that has sent 8 presidents to the White House, produced the rubber industry that once moved the world, and continues to surprise with a blend of invention and tradition. Such facts are only the doorway to Ohio's deeper character, where hidden marvels wait quietly for those who take the time to look closer. Its landscapes stretch far beyond simple fields, where rolling hills conceal ancient caves and rivers carve stories into stone with the patience of centuries. Bridges rise across wide waters, carrying not only the footsteps of travelers but also the echoes of the generations who once crossed before. Cities like Columbus, Cincinnati, and Cleveland shine with innovation, yet still hold echoes of the past in their streets and landmarks. Each urban street corner seems to hum with invention, for this is a state that gave birth to ideas that reshaped the modern world. Between these urban centers lie small towns where traditions remain alive, markets buzzing with local voices, theaters glowing with history, and fairs that celebrate the passing seasons. Ohio's past lingers in preserved villages, battlefield sites, and landmarks where pioneers once carved out new beginnings. Through each change, Ohio offers new ways to discover beauty, not just in its landscapes, but in its traditions, creativity, and resilience. These many layers of history, culture, and nature come together to form the wonders of Ohio, marvels both hidden and celebrated, waiting to be explored. In the center of Ohio, where fertile land once welcomed pioneers, a city gradually grew into a symbol of aspiration and change. Its foundations rest in careful planning and civic purpose, yet its character has been shaped just as much by culture and creativity. Columbus unfolds as a place where the rhythm of growth has long been guided by both tradition and innovation. Named in 1812 for Christopher Columbus, Columbus became Ohio's state capital and a political centerpiece in the Midwest. The city rose to prominence through transportation developments, canals, roads, and rail, spurring rapid growth in the 19th century. Family-friendly institutions, including COSI and the Columbus Museum of Art, beckon with hands-on discovery and creativity. At the heart of Columbus, East Market stands as a vibrant gathering place with the energy of conversation. Columbus presents a skyline that blends sleek glass towers with solid masonry structures, forming a visual dialogue between past and future. The city's streets, broad and orderly, are framed by rows of mature trees that soften the urban form with natural rhythm. Bridges arch across the Scioto River with a sculptural grace, linking neighborhoods while adding elegance to the city's silhouette. Open plazas break the density of construction, offering breathing spaces where stone, water, and light come together in balance. Its architecture carries a restrained harmony, where neoclassical lines meet modern geometry without losing cohesion. The Topiary Park unfolds as an open-air gallery, its expansive lawn dotted with sculpted yews arranged in striking formations. A tranquil pond reflects the living sculptures, extending the sense of depth and creating a mirror-like harmony between nature and art. As urban renewal continues, Columbus is balancing new development with deeper understanding of history and identity. Now, before we move on to the next destination, here's a fun question for you. What is Ohio's official state flower? Comment your guess. Across the wide sweep of the Ohio River, an elegant span stretches between two states, carrying not only travelers but also the weight of history. The structure quickly became more than just a way to cross the river, taking on symbolic value for both cities it links. Today, it continues to serve daily life, while standing as a reminder of the innovation that shaped its creation. When pedestrians first poured across the Ohio River on January 1st, 1867, they crossed the world's longest suspension bridge, a marvel of engineering. Designed by John A. Roebling, this span served as the prototype for his later Brooklyn Bridge and redefined American bridge building. The Roebling suspension bridge rises with a graceful balance of stone towers and sweeping cables, giving it a timeless silhouette over the river. Its limestone piers stand firmly against the current, anchoring the structure with a sense of strength and permanence. From each tower, a web of cables fans outward in perfect symmetry, creating both visual harmony and structural stability. The pale blue hue of the steel elements soften its monumental form, blending engineering precision with aesthetic appeal. The roadway, suspended high above the water, appears almost afloat, supported by the delicate yet powerful geometry of cables. Construction faced fierce resistance from ferry operators and vested interest fearful of competition, and even Sabbath-observing preachers. Its structural brilliance is rooted in innovation. Oak plank pumps, English wire cables, and homemade machines powered its rise. Though roads were misaligned by opponents, the bridge remains a grand symbol of ambition and aesthetic vision. Over time, it added another pair of cables and steel decking to endure modern loads while retaining its historic grace. As both a National Historic Landmark and an ASCII Civil Engineering Landmark, the bridge stands enshrined in memory and structure. It physically connects downtown Cincinnati with Covington nightlife and riverfront vibrancy, forging daily movement and mingling. If you are watching this, please click the subscribe button in the corner of the screen. It's completely free, but means a lot to us. The Ohio Statehouse, completed in 1861, remains one of the nation's oldest active Capitol buildings, encapsulating civic history. The Ohio Statehouse presents a commanding presence with its Greek Revival style, marked by massive Doric columns that stretch across its broad facade. Its limestone exterior, quarried from nearby Columbus sites, gives the building a solid, enduring character rooted in the local landscape. The flat cupola-topped dome rises modestly above the structure, distinguishing it from taller domed capitals, yet giving it a unique silhouette. Beneath the quiet flow of the Great Miami River, a city emerged whose identity has long been tied to daring ideas and restless imagination. What began as a modest settlement along early waterways gradually transformed into a crucible of ingenuity, where everyday challenges inspired extraordinary solutions. In its streets and fields, invention was not just a pursuit but a way of life, shaping industries and altering the course of human progress. Founded in 1796 at a riverside crossing, Dayton grew through its early canals and roads, connecting settlers across the Ohio Valley. Today, visitors can experience the story of the invention of powered flight at the Dayton Aviation Heritage National Historical Park sites. Dayton's inventiveness extended beyond aviation. By the early 20th century, it held more patents per capita than any other city worldwide. The infusion of high-tech aviation echoes the city's legacy, while promising a bold new economic chapter. Dayton's story weaves together aviation milestones, vibrant public history, and architectural ambition across time. What defines the character of a city? The stories of its founders, the industries that built it, or the culture that continues to thrive in its streets? Cincinnati answers this question with layers of history and vitality, from its early riverbank beginnings to its rise as a hub of commerce and creativity. Its growth reflects not only economic ambition, but also the contributions of immigrants, artists, and visionaries who shaped its neighborhoods. The result is a city whose charm lies in the seamless weaving of past achievements with a present full of energy and renewal. Cincinnati was settled in 1788, where the Licking River joins the Ohio, and its name, chosen in honor of the Roman hero Cincinnatus, offers a whisper of civic virtue at the city's founding. During the 19th century, as one of the nation's largest inland boomtowns, The city earned its moniker Queen of the West and thrived on steamboat commerce, pork processing, and a spirit of pioneering optimism. Dense Italianate brick buildings cascade through neighborhoods, so tightly knit they rival New York's boroughs, and lend Cincinnati a rare urban elegance rooted deep in history. Cincinnati's skyline rises with a graceful mix of historic silhouettes and modern towers, offering a profile that captures both tradition and ambition. Along its riverfront, bridges arch across the Ohio in sculptural lines, their symmetry reflecting against the moving water. The abundance of 19th century architecture, from ornate facades to tightly spaced townhouses, forms a visual continuity that few American cities retain. Tree-lined avenues soften the urban fabric, shading rows of brick and stone, while lending seasonal bursts of color to the streetscape. The interplay of lighted sunset casts warm tones across the city's brick and glass, highlighting the harmony of old and new. At night, Cincinnati glows with a soft radiance as street lamps, bridges, and towers shimmer against the darkened river. From a distance, the city appears almost like a mosaic, each district contributing its color, structure, and rhythm to the greater whole. If one seeks a city where the rhythm of nature flows seamlessly into the pulse of urban life, Cleveland rises as a striking answer. Its lakeside setting and green expanse weave together with cultural landmarks, shaping a landscape both vibrant and reflective. Here, museums, gardens, and parklands converge to create a civic identity rooted in beauty, heritage, and imagination. Framed by Lake Erie and draped in green, Cleveland is encircled by its famed emerald necklace of metro parks. These lush corridors provide sweeping access to lakeshore beauty, river valleys, and immersive natural retreats. At the heart of the city's educational and cultural district, museums, gardens, and science centers bloom amid greenery. The city's skyline rises in a graceful balance, where historic stone facades and gleaming towers mirror both tradition and progress. Its broad avenues, lined with trees, carve orderly paths that reveal a vision of civic design tied to elegance and function. Bridges arch across water and land, binding neighborhoods together with both utility and architectural rhythm. Cleveland's streets carry a quiet harmony, where industry and artistry coexist within a framework of thoughtful urban form. Wide public spaces unfold as breathing rooms within the fabric of the city, offering openness amid dense construction. Its structures often bear the mark of endurance, speaking of resilience through stone, steel, and careful craftsmanship. At night, Cleveland's skyline glimmers against the darkened sky, with lights from towers and bridges reflecting softly across the waters of Lake Erie. Have you ever visited Cleveland, the lakeside heart of Ohio? If yes, comment 2. If not, comment 4. Beneath the shifting skies of Ohio, water has always carried stories of migration, ceremony, survival, and growth. A single stream tracing quiet lines through farm country can, over time, become the lifeblood of communities, a mirror of history, and a stage where nature and people continually meet. The Scioto River is such a current, a ribbon of water that winds through centuries, shaping both land and lives before surrendering itself to the Ohio. The Scioto River begins humbly as a small stream across farm fields in Auglaize County, eventually carving a sinuous 230-mile path before emptying into the Ohio River at Portsmouth. In autumn, the valley is covered in shades of gold and red, making the whole landscape feel bright and full of life. The name Scioto is rooted in Wyandot language, meaning deer, a fitting reflection of the wildlife that still stirs through its floodplain meadows. As Columbus and surrounding cities grew, they harnessed the river's strength, building Griggs and O'Shaughnessy dams to create reservoirs essential for water supply and scenic elegance. Today, the Scioto is not only a keeper of history, but also a playground for adventure. Kayakers paddle its gentle bends and lively stretches, gliding past wooded banks where herons lift into the air. The river's curves soften the geometry of the land, flowing with a patience that contrasts the restless pulse of human life. Toledo carries within its ground the layered presence of ancient peoples, early traders, and the industries that later fueled its rise. Its character reflects both resilience and adaptation, blending echoes of the past with the enduring rhythm of a riverfront city. Situated along the Maumee River's edge, Toledo's history traces back to indigenous Ottawa and Wyandot peoples and early French fur traders. The city's terrain once held prehistoric earthworks, semicircular stockades, that whisper of ancient traditions. Toledo's roots in trade and transport echo through its urban foundations, where river, railroad, and early industry converged. Beneath skies that shift from soft pastels at dawn to fiery hues at dusk, Lake Erie stretches as a vast mirror of both beauty and memory. Its waters have long carried the weight of journeys, from canoes and schooners to steamships and modern vessels, each leaving traces on its expansive surface. Whispered by waves rather than trumpets, Lake Erie is the Great Lake, whose placid blue surface hides both history and natural drama. It has shaped Ohio's identity, weaving its shoreline into stories of native peoples, trade, and cultural evolution. Perched on a rocky peninsula, Marblehead Lighthouse rises in clean white stone, its tapered form catching sunlight like a timeless sentinel. Against the sweep of the lake's horizon, the lighthouse stands not only as a beacon of safety, but also as an emblem of endurance. Its lantern room, crowned in red, has guided countless vessels across Erie's often unpredictable waters for over 2 centuries. Its shoreline curves in gentle arcs and dramatic edges, offering a shifting interplay of sand, stone, and water that reveals the lake's restless energy. The vast surface often mirrors the sky so perfectly that clouds and waves seem to merge into a single moving canvas. Its sheer scale creates a sense of infinity, a watery horizon where the eye loses measure and imagination takes flight. The horizon unfurls as a seamless and infinite line, where water appears to dissolve into sky in a quiet gesture that blurs the boundary between earth and heaven. Gentle breezes wander across the expanse, tracing intricate patterns upon the waves, leaving behind ridges and ripples that vanish in moments, like fleeting signatures of the wind. We gather info from many sources. If something seems off or you've got more to add, drop a comment. We'd love to hear from you. At the edge of the riverfront, a dignified civic landmark stands in quiet yet enduring authority. Columbus City Hall rises with a restrained grandeur, its neoclassical columns and limestone detailing evoking the civic ideals of stability and democracy. The building faces the Scioto Mile, where its formal facade interacts gracefully with the riverfront landscape and surrounding civic institutions. Rising like a glowing beacon on the Columbus skyline, the LeVeque Tower captures attention with its glittering Art Deco grandeur. When the tower opened in 1927 as the American Insurance Union Citadel, it was at the time the fifth tallest building in the world. Designed by C. Howard Crane, its terracotta facade and ornate ornamentation exude both elegance and engineering daring. Dudley Crafts Watson called it the most original and American of skyscrapers, and an honest piece of magnificent construction. At night, its Art Deco contours glow under hundreds of programmed LED lights, turning it into a shimmering nighttime centerpiece. On the eastern side of Columbus, where neighborhood streets give way to open green, a large expanse of parkland spreads with quiet grace. Open to the public since 1851, the park was once home to the Franklin County Fair, before becoming an elegant urban green space. Ohio legislature passed a resolution declaring the site as Franklin Park and opened for public use in 1884. The park is anchored by the Palm House, a Victorian-style glass conservatory, opened in 1895 as Franklin Park Conservatory. The John F. Wolfe Palm House glows under sunlight, framing exotic plants and dreamy architectural arches. By the Mahoning River, Warren emerges slowly from northeast Ohio's mists, its roots tracing back to a surveyor's namesake in 1799. Settlers rallied in the Western Reserve, making Warren the proud seat of Trumbull County and a hub of early Western expansion. The Trumbull County Courthouse rises with stately confidence, its grand dome and classical columns evoking the dignity of justice and civic pride. Built in the late 19th century, the structure blends neoclassical grace with ornate detailing, a reflection of the era's ambition and craftsmanship. Its limestone facade carries the soft patina of time, each block holding the weight of history and the echoes of countless proceedings within its walls. Akron's story unfolds like a tapestry woven of industry, beauty, and grassroots spirit, never fully seen at a glance. Today, landscapes and parks reflect a city shaped by hands both industrial and green-hearted. Akron's hills roll gently toward the horizon, their green slopes softening the city's edges and offering quiet vistas of natural calm. Beneath the whisper of steam engines and cinematic lore, Mansfield's soul pulses with a past as dramatic as its Gothic prison walls. The Ohio State Reformatory, built between 1886 and 1910, with Germanic Gothic splendor, looms as both architectural marvel and cinematic icon. Intricate stonework and iron details trace the reformatory's facade, reflecting the painstaking craftsmanship of a bygone era. Amid quietly manicured streets and 9 parks, Powell pulses with a gentle heartbeat, a charm both timeless and forward-leaning. Founded in 1801 on frontier land, the town began as Middlebury, then Hall's Corner, before becoming Powell in honor of the judge who approved its post office. The city's residents prize its quaint small-town atmosphere, alongside thriving modern amenities and a welcoming ambiance. Nestled within the gentle hills and valleys of northeastern Ohio, Massillon reflects the enduring spirit of its people and the stories they have shaped across generations. The town's charm emerges not only from its historic buildings and cultural treasures, but also from the quiet ways daily life echoes a rich heritage. In Massillon, past and present converge naturally, creating a community where history lives in the streets, flourishes in art, and thrives through civic pride. Massillon's streets wind with a gentle rhythm, lined with sturdy brick homes and finely detailed facades that speak of craftsmanship and care. Towering trees punctuate sidewalks, their seasonal colors spilling warmth and light onto the orderly avenues below. Sunlight dances across the rooftops in the morning, highlighting textured masonry and subtle variations in color that mark the city's layered history. Hidden amid parkland and heritage, Jeffrey Mansion stands as a Jacobean jewel, its crenellated towers echoing early English grandeur in suburban Ohio. Built between 1903 and 1905 for Robert H. Jeffrey, the mansion graces Bexley atop 34 acres of landscaped grounds. Its red brick walls, trimmed in cut stone, still carry the grandeur of an era where architecture aspired to inspire. Rising between urban centers, Cuyahoga Valley unfolds as a sanctuary. This landscape, shaped over millennia and preserved through human effort, reflects both the resilience of nature and the vision of those who fought to protect it. Officially designated a national park in 2000, Cuyahoga Valley is Ohio's only national park, born from environmental revival and citizen-driven conservation. Spanning roughly 33,000 acres, the park stretches across Summit and Cuyahoga counties. Once marred by pollution so severe the river caught fire in 1969, the Cuyahoga Valley now stands as a reclaimed landscape of ecological resilience. If one follows the subtle curves of southeastern Ohio's hills and valleys, a landscape emerges where stone and water have danced together for millennia, shaping a realm both rugged and enchanting. Hocking Hills State Park rises from this terrain as a living testament to time's slow hand, where every waterfall, cave, and recessed cliff unfolds like a page in a grand geological story. Hocking Hills State Park unfolds over more than 2,300 acres of wild terrain, where deep hemlock-shaded gorges reign supreme. Huntington Park boasts a seating capacity of 10,100, making it one of the premier minor league ballparks in the country. The stadium's architecture pays homage to classic ballpark designs, featuring brick facades and open concourses. Huntington Park is not just a venue for baseball, it serves as a hub for various events. Huntington Park's central location and state-of-the-art facilities have made it a model for modern ballparks. Beneath Ohio's wide skies, rows of silos rise beside weathered barns, their faded colors bearing witness to generations of toil and local pride. Ohio's barn-building tradition took root in the late 1700s, when early settlers cleared virgin forests to craft log barns that doubled as storage, stables, and even pioneer living quarters. The introduction of timber frame barns refined this legacy. Hand-hewn posts and beams held together without nails, showcasing craftsmanship honed through mortise and tenon joinery. Silos, towering beside barns, their cylindrical grace providing a striking contrast to rough-hewn wood and fieldstone foundations. Here, in the heart of southeastern Ohio, Logan reveals itself as both a guardian of history and a canvas of evolving charm. Nestled where forested ridges cradle quiet streets, Logan feels like a living storybook. Logan was named after the Mingo leader Chief John Logan and was incorporated as a city in 1839, a history still reflected in its name and origins. Logan's downtown, once defined by the eras of settlement, canal trade, railroads, and clay manufacturing, now gleams with restored facades, flower-filled planters, and a sense of reborn pride. As Ohio's first capital, Chillicothe hosted the Constitutional Convention in 1802 and welcomed statehood in 1803, leaving a legacy of political primacy etched into its historic streets. The Ross County Courthouse in Chillicothe rises with a dignified symmetry, its classical design reflecting the civic ideals of balance and permanence. Constructed of sturdy stone, the exterior conveys both solidity and grace, with tall arched windows that usher light into the building's formal halls. Beneath the quiet charm of northern Ohio, a small town grew from radical ideals and a daring belief that education could reshape society. Its foundation was not built on commerce or conquest, but on an audacious belief in equality and shared learning. In 1833, Oberlin was founded with a bold vision of egalitarian education, when 29 men and 15 women first enrolled at the Oberlin Collegiate Institute, under its motto, Learning and Labor. Oberlin swiftly earned its place as a frontier of integration by becoming one of the first U.S. colleges to admit African Americans. The Oberlin Heritage Center preserves layers of the town's history within restored 19th century buildings. Oberlin's tree-lined streets frame a landscape where historic architecture mingles with youthful energy, creating a town that feels both timeless and alive. Smoke once curled endlessly above the Mahoning Valley, casting both shadow and opportunity across the lives shaped beneath it. In time, Youngstown's swift ascent as a steel powerhouse in the early 20th century owed everything to the mills that forged its identity. Once crowned a steel powerhouse in the early 20th century, Youngstown's rapid rise owed everything to the mills of Mahoning Valley. Beneath the green canopy of the Scioto Woods, a steady ribbon of asphalt threads its way westward and eastward, carrying travelers through the heart of Ohio. Interstate 70 cuts a deliberate path here, its wide lanes framed by rolling woodland that softens the pulse of traffic with the hush of rustling leaves. The highway glimmers in sunlight, a reflective band that shifts in tone as shadows from tall oaks and maples sweep across its surface. Shaded by towering oaks and maples, Goodale Park spreads like a tranquil green canvas in the middle of Columbus. Its sweeping lawns invite picnics, leisure walks, and open-air gatherings, offering a pause from the steady rhythm of urban life. The central pond glimmers beneath the sky, mirroring clouds and willows while ducks drift lazily across its still surface. This is the end of our journey through Ohio, yet it feels more like a beginning than a conclusion. For every wonder we have seen, another waits quietly, ready to surprise those who seek it. From the quiet depths of caverns to the soaring grace of bridges, Ohio whispers of time's patient artistry. Its cities glow with innovation, while carrying the memory of generations who built their foundations. Season after season, the landscapes change, yet the spirit of the place remains constant, resilient, welcoming, alive. Here, the past and future walk side by side, leaving travelers with both nostalgia and inspiration. Thank you for walking through this journey of discovery, and may the wonders of Ohio continue to inspire your travels, your curiosity, and your sense of wonder wherever you go.